We begin with breaking news. Lincoln police are investigating the $2.5 million contract the state awarded to a lobbyist on Governor Jim Pillen's recommendation. Nebraska Auditor Mike Foley called the selection favoritism, claiming the contract was incorrectly labeled as an emergency. Lincoln police will give their findings to the Attorney General's office.
Omaha City Council hears an appeal on a bid from a former city councilman's son. Vinny Palermo Jr. claims the tree trimming business of his and that his father, who went to federal prison for a fraud conspiracy, is just an employee. Their attorney argued that Vinny Palermo Sr. has done his time. The city turned down his company's bid because of his father's past legal history. City officials also argued Palermo Sr. had made false claims about his stake in the business in the past. We'll show you how the council voted in just a few minutes.
Nebraska Medicine unveiled their plans for a plot of land on 42nd and Farnham. The new building will serve patients for services such as dermatology and behavioral health. It's slated to open in the fall of 27.
Major slowdowns near 19th and Harney today as streetcar construction closes roads near the Douglas County Courthouse. Many drivers are frustrated by growing delays. City officials do remind us all tonight that the closures are only temporary.
U.S. and Iranian officials trading more threats and more strikes today as the war in Iran further threatens global trade. Iranian officials warn they will cut off the flow of oil through the Middle East, hitting U.S. consumers in the pocketbook. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth responds with what he describes as the most intense day of strikes yet.
Omaha City Council unanimously approving the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska's plans to build a new health and wellness center near 84th and Q. Along with health services, it would serve as a gathering space, transportation center, and cultural building.